Hello and welcome to my channel and another video in my unboxing series. Now, if you're new here, this channel is dedicated to unboxing, to reviews and to tutorials, everything that has to do with cinema and filmmaking. In my office today, I have a very special guest. This is the Panasonic Lumix GH7. Now, I have been waiting for this camera for a long time to arrive here, so without further ado, let's dive right in and see what's inside of the box. So, upon opening the box, the first thing we notice is we get our normal brochures and leaflets and manuals. So let's go through and see exactly what they are. Here we have some information about the Lumix Lab. Now this is an app where you can transfer your photos and your videos from your camera to the smartphone. I'm not going to go through that here, but it has some information here on how to do it and what the Lumix Lab actually is. Here we have a little warranty card. It says it's a warranty certificate for Panasonic, the guarantee, and also we have some operating instructions and our quick start guide. So very nice to see that Panasonic is including some sort of written information, so you don't have to go online unless you absolutely want to. So let's just put these aside and dive further into the box and see what else Panasonic is giving us. We have the camera itself. For now, we're just going to save that for the last, just like to do in the movies. Just going to put it here, and we are going to go through and see what kind of accessories that Panasonic is offering. Here we have our normal shoulder strap included. This is very handy for, you know, slinging your camera over the shoulder. And let's see what else we get. We get our time code cable. This is a very special cable made by Panasonic for the Lumix GH7. We have a DIN connector in this end, and we have this special connector here. I'm going to go through and show afterwards when we have unpacked everything. Just going to put this aside here for now. And we are going to see that Panasonic is actually including a nice little charger for the battery. I mean, this is not a very big at all. It charges and connects to your computer or your mains outlet via this USB-C cable. It's very nice to see that they're finally standardizing some sort of charging devices all across Europe, and I guess all across the world as well, because, you know, it's been a mess up until now. So very nice to see that Panasonic is including this. And the last thing they are including, that is the Panasonic battery. So this is the DMW BLK22. This is new battery that Panasonic is supplying with a Panasonic GH7, and we can see it has 2200 milliamps. So it'll be very exciting to see how long the battery will last when we start actually shooting with it. So these are the included accessories. We're just going to put this box out of the way for now. And we are going to go over to the good stuff, which is, after all, the camera. Now, this is what we have been waiting for. And wow, look at this. This is the Panasonic Lumix GH7. It's actually a bit beefier than I would have thought and expected. But I mean, that's what you get when you're not able to go to the store. That's why I'm doing these unboxing videos. It's not to show off any new and shiny equipment, because this was purchased with my own money. But it is to show you exactly what is inside of the box when you decide to lay down your hard-earned money and purchase a camera such as this for yourself. So let's just have a quick look at the camera. Obviously, this is the Micro Four Thirds camera, and you can adapt any kind of lens basically to this camera. You can adapt your EF lenses. You can use your Fujinon MK Cine Zoom lenses. I mean, there's a whole plethora of lenses you can use for this. You can obviously also use these wonderful lenses by Panasonic. I'm going to use this one. It's a 12-60. It's from Leica. It's you know, they're partnering up with Leica. They've been doing that for many years. And we can see here this goes from 12 and all the way to 60. So this would be your 24 to 120 equivalent in this very nice and lightweight package. So let's just take off this lens cap. And we are going to do the same here. Just press this little button here, take off the sensor cap, see if we can line that up. And there we go. All of a sudden, we now have a nice cinematic package where we can shoot from 24 to 120 millimeters just in this small, nice package. And also we get a nice included viewfinder, and I mean, this is very handy. I mean, especially shooting in broad daylight, the light is very strong. This is a very capable cinematic camera, make no mistake about it. This is a camera that can shoot ProRes RAW 5.7K internally in the camera. In this tiny little package that you see here, you can also record to ProRes 42 HQ. I mean, what more can we want? Personally, I'm using Final Cut Pro, and I've been using that for years. So I'm finally looking forward to taking advantage of the ProRes RAW codec and put that to use. And we can also purchase a separate area look for the GH7, and that's an external software which you will have to purchase from something like B&H, for instance, and you can have this area look on this little tiny package. And I mean, look at this. We can match Arri cinema camera looks when we're using our Panasonic GH7. This is huge. This means we can actually use our GH7 as a B camera, and I would also dare say also as an A camera on bigger productions. Wow. We have a nice little screen which you can tilt all the way like this. We can also go like this. This is one of my favorite features, where we can finally go like this and we can have our nice small package and we can shoot like this. So let's just go over to the side and see what we get. So here we have our headphones, so we can monitor the audio. That's just our standard headphone connection. We also get our USB-C connector, and we also get a large HDMI as well as the fan, as we can see here. Included here we have our little 3.5mm jack. Those are perfect for attaching your DJI mics or Rode Wireless Go's or something like that, or if you want to have a nice little microphone on top. You can also purchase a separate XLR module to put on top here, and that enables you to record 32-bit audio, so you can finally just set the audio, record, and just forget about it, because your audio will not be clipped. The 32-bit will make sure that your audio doesn't get clipped when you're doing your interviews. Furthermore, on the side we find a little remote port. Now here you can connect an optional remote controller where you can take photos and even start and stop video recording without ever touching the camera. So this is great, especially for taking photos where you don't want to have any camera shake or something like that. You can just start and stop the recording of video and so on. And Panasonic has a couple of options. You have the DMW RS2 remote shutter. That is a wired remote shutter release, and it helps to prevent camera shake when you're working on a tripod, for instance. And it connects directly to the camera via the 2.5mm remote port and allows you to remotely release the shutter without disturbing the camera body. And remember back in the day when everyone was vlogging with a GH4 and a GH5? Well, you can actually do the same with the GH7. Panasonic has cleverly made a tripod grip called the DMW SHGR2. Now, this is a very unique and intuitive way to control your camera, and it's functioning both as a handheld grip and also as a tabletop grip. However, this connects via the USB-C port and not the remote port. And we are going to talk about another little feature. It's a little bit finicky. Here we have the flash sync port. So to take advantage of this, you can obviously use it for photography, for flash photography, for syncing in your studio. Or you can also take this off. You just need to screw this little hood off. And we're going to talk about this cable. So this is an optional BNC cable, which you can use for setting your time code either in or out like this. We can just connect it here. It is a little finicky, especially when you have large fingers such as I do. But now what we can do is we can synchronize our time code to another device. I mean, I can't think of any other little video camera or mirrorless camera that can actually do this via a small and nice included little cable. Just make sure you spend some time on set before connecting this, because it is a little finicky, but it's a very, very nice addition by Panasonic. I mean, they've truly thought this through about making this a really powerful hybrid mirrorless camera. So what else do we have? Obviously on the top we have here our shoe adapter, where we can attach our XLR adapter. You can even attach the new optional microphone from Panasonic, which looks really, really intriguing. And I'm looking forward to test that one out to see how small of a package I can get away with in the field. On the bottom, you can attach your Arca Swiss tripod plate or something like this. It's just 1/4 inch thread here, and now it's also the little locking pin, so preventing the plate from going sideways. And also here we can obviously insert our battery like this, and you can charge the battery within the camera, or you can charge the battery via the included charger. So Panasonic is giving us both these options, and it locks up like this. Since my channel is aimed at making films, I'm not going to go over all the photo features that this camera has to offer, but I will go over the most important buttons that I find for my film and video productions. So, one of the most important things that I find, and also found very attractive on this camera when I initially looked at it, is that it has separate and dedicated buttons for setting my white balance, and also for setting my ISO values. Now, I think this is a huge time saver when I am on set. And we also find a nice dedicated button for starting and stopping our recordings. Furthermore, we have a program wheel. This is mostly for photo features. But if we do turn it all the way here to where it says a manual, and with a film camera, we're now in the film mode. And if we turn the camera on, and we hit the button in the middle, this wheel now stays locked, so you can't accidentally hit it or change it by accident. And I think this is a very nice and great feature to have. So I do hope you found something of value to take away from this little film on the unboxing and overview of the GH7 for filmmaking purposes. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up, perhaps even sharing it with your friends, and please also consider subscribing to my channel, because there's a lot more content like this coming on the GH7 and also on filmmaking. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.